Hi, I'm John.redeker, Goshen's K-12 Technology Coordinator, and I would like to give you a short few minutes here about how to help your child stay connected and informed through all of their schoolwork in our distance learning plan, which goes into effect on April 15th, using Gmail, Google Calendar, and Google Classroom through our school closure. These are all helpful tips and tricks anyway, and they'll help us in the long run. If we get in the habit of checking our Gmail and our Google Calendar, it's going to help things go a lot smoother across our school district as students follow up with the things they need. The first place I'd like to encourage parents to go is to make sure that their child is logged into Google Chrome. I'm on a PC, but you can do this on a Mac. You can also do this in on iOS, on a cell phone, or on a tablet, as well as Android and other platforms as well. So if you're using Google Chrome, that's the best case scenario, and you should have your Google account sync on for your Goshen account. So I've got a bunch of other accounts in here as well. You want to make sure that you're always working in the student account that's appropriate at the time. If you have multiple children, you just want to have multiple accounts logged in, and you can do that right from this panel up here. If you click the circle up on the screen, right under the red X, you can click on that circle if it's an initial or an icon, and you can toggle down and manage other accounts on that screen. The first step there I'd like to encourage parents to go is to make sure they're logged in as their child and to access their child's Gmail account. You can do this by accessing gmail.com or by this app tile on any of the app explorers that you see. The benefit of this platform first is that you will start to see emails by day or by the minute for every announcement or idea or concept that's been put out in Google Classroom. So for in our school district right now, kindergartners are in about 6 different Google Classrooms. So it is even kindergarten. So it's important to start to think about how we can look at one aggregate spot of all the information that we might be interested in looking at. So from this screen alone, you can see that Jonathan.redeker, Jen Sestair, Lisa Nardone, Kelly Cohen are all different teachers that have posted different things, whether it's an announcement that just says hello, or an assignment, or material, all right, something to look at, a question, which is a type of assignment as well, and then different assignments as well. So these go back to April 11th, and they can go up even through today, which today is the 13th. So I can go through and look at those on an independent level. If I start to read them, it's very handy because sometimes it's just an announcement and it just says hello, and that's it. It's just a salutation. Go back to my inbox and see some others. So Mrs. Sestair said something here too about student email accounts. Oh, excellent. Asking us to check our emails every day, which is a great part of our plan. And then the benefit here, though, is if you start to look through assignments, you can even work from the bottom up to get the oldest to the newest. But if you look at assignments, they'll help you navigate too, and you can even open up right here to the assignment. So assignment number 8, which is due on April 15th, I can click here. This is just a sample, and it takes me directly to the assignment, including all of the details, the attachments, and the links that I might need to get done. So there's not much here. This is just sort of a generic assignment, but a sample that I put up. I could ask a question of the class or a private question of the teacher over here, and then I can actually take this and once I do the work, I can turn it in. Right now, it didn't load up entirely correctly. We'll give that a second and see if that works out in a minute. Go back and check out other things. Here's another announcement. Oh, today's attendance. Great. So I can click here and go find my attendance check-in for today's class. So I can give my digital attendance there as well, which is part of our distance learning plan as well. Whoops, I must have deleted that one by accident. But anyway, oh, here it is. Click here to log your attendance. Click on that. I would do that assignment. The other thing that I would do, though, after reading through Google Classroom, Google Doc, Google Mail, just to get started, would be to come in here and actually go to my Google Calendar. One of the beautiful things about Google Classroom is that as teachers start to use assignment due dates, even though we're very flexible, we're going to grade on pass fail, and we want to make sure that students have ample opportunity to make up work. I can click here and I can see that I've got orange is this distance learning class, and green is this Mrs. Cohen's class or G Suite. I might need to change the color of this one. Let's say and change the color. That looks like Mrs. Cohen's class is this one. So if I want to work on work for Mrs. Cohen's class, I can click on that assignment and I can click directly into Google Classroom. So if it's a must do, right, I can then go in here and look at the must do assignment for Mrs. Cohen, which is a valuable thing to be able to have on a Google Calendar. Most of us as parents understand a Google Calendar more than finding all of our resources in Google Classroom. So what I can do here, again, I can ask any questions in a private comment, but I can add or attach any work that I want, and then I can even mark it as done when I'm complete. So that's a nice check mark here. I didn't attach any work, but that's okay. Maybe I'll need to add something or private comment. You know what I can do is I can say, I read the little engine that put in Raz. Right? She said one book. So click send that message and click mark as done. It didn't ask me to attach any work. I just added a comment so she knows what I did, and I click mark as done. Now that's complete for me. That's a beautiful thing. I can go back and see if there's any other work that I need to do, and I can click on these assignments, and it will take me right to those Google Classrooms as well. Here, this one says watch the video response to the questions. Click this. It will take me right to that Google Classroom assignment post for a different subject area that I can help them navigate. So teachers putting due dates on their work will be extremely valuable for people. Click on this assignment, and then I can click and mark this one in as well. I've already turned this one in, which is why it says unsubmit. So I can take it back and then have that done as well. So if I needed to make an edit, I can unsubmit, right? Make any changes, and then I can also resubmit, which is a nice feature in Google Classroom. I'm not going to do that in this tutorial at this time. Once I've checked Gmail, once I've gone through my Google Calendar, then it might be a good time to then dig deeper into my Google Classroom. So it's possible that I missed something today. I didn't see anything from ELA. I didn't see anything from Sister City. I might need to go back in here and look at these things. But another wonderful place to go is that you can click on these three parallel lines over here next to Google Classroom. You can click there and you can go over to the enrolled section. You wouldn't have a teaching section of students, and click on the to-do list. And students have a wonderful to-do list that they can click on by subject area, and they can look at what's to do, right? And there may be some old things from before school closure or things that I've missed. And then once I do them, it goes on the done list. So a very simple way to navigate back and forth. For instance, here, if I'm working on work for Mrs. Cohen's class, I can click on what's my favorite color. And I can just type my answer here, which is nice. And click turn in. I won't be able to make any changes, but I'd have that. And this is a great question format. And then I can even see my classmates' answers as well. So that's a great feature, and I don't want to show you in case there's students in that, but it's a nice little feature. Come back over here to my three lines. Oops, come down to my to-do list, and I can work through any of the content that might be there. You may find older things in there, and I would ask the teacher if they need to do them, if they should go back and do anything that they may have missed from earlier in the school year or not. When some of them might not have due dates on them from earlier in the school year because of in-class activities, but it's a great way to stay connected. So my biggest call for us is to think starting at Google Mail, then going to the calendar, then to Google Classroom, checking the to-do list. If it asks us to go to many other websites or services, students at Goshen Intermediate School are using a program called ClassLink, and they can log into all of those services through that. We're working on developing that through for the other schools. So that may be upcoming, but for now, just try to keep track of those logins as well and take a look through your Google Classrooms. But again, the workflow that I would have is to start with Gmail daily, go to the calendar to see what to do, even clicking to find the active links, and then working in them, and then coming over to the to-do list to make sure I was all checked out. And that would help me keep track of my work in our student world. This is something that's going to be valuable in the future for all students to be checking information from their email as well as their calendar, not just Google Classroom. They can put it on their phones. You can put it on your phones as a parent, and it's a great portal to start with that workflow because Gmail will be that aggregator. That calendar will show you that big picture of what the week looks like, and then that Google Classroom will give you that deeper look into that world of what's going on with the teacher and the students. So a lot of good ideas here today. I hope this is helpful for you, and good luck. Please reach out if you need anything. You can contact me at jonathan.redeker@gcsny.org. Thanks so much.